Hey everybody, it's Aaron at Warmoth, and I am back today, just me and my affliction shirt. What I'm actually here to talk about today is roasted maple. I've had a lot of people asking for me to talk about roasted maple, so I will give you roasted maple from Aaron's point of view. First of all, it is incredibly popular. It was popular right out of the gate the minute we introduced it, and it has remained popular ever since. And it's crazy how much roasted maple that we sell. The roasted color goes all the way through the wood. So if you sand it or if you cut it, it's still going to be roasted all the way through. That's something a lot of people ask about. One thing I love about roasted maple is flamed roasted maple. The flames just look so vivid in roasted maple. I love the way it smells when you work on it. It smells like maple syrup. I love to go down in the Warmoth shop when they're working, when they're sawing up the roasted maple, because you can just smell it in the whole shop. It smells like walking into an old restaurant for breakfast. It's pretty awesome. One thing that I'm not a fan of with roasted maple is that it's sort of this really neutral color, and so you never know what color to make the dots and the fret markers. Like, do you make them cream or do you make them black? They don't really, neither one of them really shows up well. So that's about the only downside I can think of for roasted maple. But man, it's a great wood. It will save you money because it doesn't require a finish. If you buy a roasted maple neck from Warmoth, a finish is not required for warranty. Once you got it on the guitar, that thing is going to be a champ for years and years and years. A lot of people ask about the sound difference. To my ears, there's no difference between roasted maple and regular maple. I should do a video on that at some point, but I can't right now. Maybe once I get back to the shop, I'll do a tone test, because that would be interesting. But to my ears, there's no difference. Roasted maple just sounds like maple. The one thing that you do need to know if you're getting a roasted maple neck is that it is the torrefication process makes it more rigid, and but it also makes it more brittle and more prone to splinters and stuff, and it splits easier. And the analogy that I like to use is a piece of bread. This is kind of a goofy analogy, but hopefully it kind of gets the point across. Like, if you have a piece of white bread, like a piece of Wonder Bread, and you hold it up by the edge, it's just gonna flop over. It's very pliable and bendy, and so you can bend it and manipulate it, and it's not going to break or crack, but it's also not very rigid, because if you hold it by the edge, it just flops over. But if you take that same piece of Wonder Bread and you put it in a toaster, now you can take it out of the toaster and you can hold it by the edge, and it's going to be perfectly rigid and sturdy. So, that the process of toasting it has made it that way. On the flip side, though, you can run your fingernail across it and crumbs will fly everywhere. Or if you try and bend it now, it'll crack and break. Now, obviously, roasted maple is not going to crack and break. There's nothing structurally wrong with it, using it for guitar necks, but it does mean that it's more likely to splinter, or that's why it's more likely to crack when you drill pilot holes. So when you are drilling the pilot holes for your tuners, you have to pay attention to what you're doing and make them as big as they can possibly be, while still being small enough for the threads on the screw to bite into the wood. So what I usually do is use my millimeter or my digital calipers, and I measure the outside diameter of the threads on the screws, and then I find the drill bit that is just a little bit smaller than that. Anyway, I hope you found all that information useful. As always, if you have your own experiences or questions or insights, put them all in the comment section. I always enjoy reading those. Well, usually I enjoy reading those. The other day somebody told me I look like a homeless person and that Warmoth should find a different spokesman. And I didn't enjoy reading that one, but that's okay. I got over it. Anyway, until next time, wash your hands, be kind, and keep on picking.